Gana!
Oh, naga isse.
Yatta wagani go roni.
Gats. Ingeni o tasseraya. O yaner mongeni vanundusse e deniroro che tinohoda de dom domne ayogarawe ori wage. Andi jatassa wane ai denisto zeraroro che amado enekane toda di jatka tunywe ne ai deniti nakwa tsari. Wasqueni, ya zodi de wandore. Easy ona.
Yo tena de jaun de ne ayena.
Ha, zeza tinuwe yo dikunde. Zaha ga yo yanere.
Yuhum zaskats.
Nekti doni gariwes tonayo tuhage. Nona ska guidene ne, the wasa gayeri ni hadi runungwe kaa ta humnana dahwage. Sok nona askana nage ne, ta de watna neda. Iga gar hagunsu anto ratu, kaa zage da ditaru. Garu ne zosera aska dewa nyawa na hadihage. Yahtes gariwes ta yunki yahkwa daze te.
Segun ino tumne.
Ha, nekti zaha akta da hunenu haje. Te dum zohum jokna e de waire, toga yaho tena tai de waire, toga yah tai de waderio, to are na zawane.
Tokni ko hak. Wagerek ta gari hunyani o nirt zia geratta.
Tigawanio, to aguts yotti nakuni, zaha gasto zeriohage diniotne oya.
Nek zia tamdo era ye de ne de ne gahondage.
Yahta de dum zohum unka e goderianderage wahi. How yungeni dogaski doga andeni gweni toya yedenewe ne dosa ya yedini rada ne zage.
Waderian dat seraksa ne giga.
Das kena gera.
Does anyone remember that episode of Kenan and Kel where Kenan convinces Kel to leave Chicago to get into trouble?
Ya are ko. Ya.
Surprisingly, this mission is very lenient as far as taking into consideration what is and is not considered the ground.
Ona denirata.
Zodzi wandore.
O mio ti isere zaha set satstege doga yacha sadatrege.
Nek zi ohne yawa ne doga antjada ne dano gihie.
Doga oya wakti nakunyanyo akta satkan zera.
Climbing cliff faces in the Frontier is really weird. Climbing on anything in the Frontier is actually really weird because you don't know what you can climb on until you try to climb on it and the game auto climbs for you. And climbing down, good luck with that. Just drop down and take the fall damage. It's not worth your time.
Nahoda, wa ni guruni.
Yatta wak kwenyo agwego yang gani haraunge. Ga ga der har de signora agwego an seroroge. Ga de ga isere yatta ga yeri zinigo yang gani. Don't score hard again. We're going to go down. I want to go into just Dante on.
Ya, segu de dum zom mai deni wahra roro ge danu ka nehum.
I go here no want to take a direct away. Then it does it zero zuzi what got it so.
Anguri hunya, kana dakta ezot kudina gerenyo, ton di jadora de. Yo dum zohun yo snore am dayo kwate. Yo kwenye se kan heya de. Kaya tanoru ne giga de ham tanega. Onek tia de waderi wa kwenyas tage ne sa oyera.
I cut out the feather collecting and skipped right to the hunting section for a very good reason that I will show in a later video.
Sada denak totas aunta sade sanuni. Toganze sadovate. Ande wadu nege negario. Tanu yan wadorat serayan ne.
I go next season what it's a neo.
Ona anteni yazere. Yo snore se wahra guetarungo. Skena sun a tanut kayeri. Yata o waru kok tate zaduhumzoni. Nektiga nehum oni. Toga danzasteri ha. Asi daksa. Anguna dun hasse ona. Onio zi asat karhara. Jojera tu onek tia se tsari di nume gujata roroks ne gundirio. Dio sumagaru de, di de watskan hunkwa, di kahnegi rata. Zezak ne gayandere matrori di unwak to dundundawarien. Hatskwi, mwasti de ham tanega ga iweskwe. Hauki oya dijat karhara. Kanto zat karhara.
Niot.
Yo yanere, hau jade nyanda ne zaha gario dawana ye deniena, zini gariwe sugenir hare.
Ho idowes. But it's a neos niza ona.
Ya, kaya gwire danu gahure au naya anga daksa de ne ganehu. Negi gas kaya da gesnu sage angats de zi anjena. Onak tis kena sun a ange. Toga oskenundu ayungenika amadego. Takwa de roro. Tamaga da hujo se au da geni gora di hato. Ona deni roro ke zino hoda de odom zohun. On ze jatka zera ne yunt karharakwa. Timja zoni segu, lekti yatte zugini naktude. On lekti de deni zaru anja dorade. Toga idenere yatta idenokta.
Yatta wag der yan dare.
Kunye takwa, tazadade takwa, nize.
So an interesting technique I learned while circling around this tree, you can actually pick up unused snares. But you can't plant them back down, unfortunately. Now this mission has a really finicky full synchronization objective, which is having to combine a snare and bait to make a trap. It's really weird to do. Every guide in the world pretty much says that it's the easiest full synchronization to get on this mission, when it really isn't. It's really hard to do. I spent weeks playing this mission trying to find a consistent way to get this full synchronization, and I just can't do it. I think the problem I'm having, especially in this run, is that I'm just staying too close to the snare instead of running far away. But you will actually see later in the video that I will actually catch a rabbit in that snare that I just placed bait on, and the game still won't give me the full synchronization objective. It's really, really weird. And it's kind of infuriating too. You do what you're supposed to do, and you do it right, and the game doesn't reward you for it, when it should. The other objectives, hunting 3 different kinds of animal and getting 2 air assassinations, those are easy. I pulled those off easily in this mission. There are only 3 different kinds of animals that you can hunt in this forest, and that is rabbit, deer, and foxes. And you have to hunt one of each of them in order to get the full synchronization objective. Now, I spend quite a bit of time trying to do this bait and snare thing, but it's all going to be in vain. I don't end up getting it, and I end up just saying, fuck it, and just give up on it and complete the mission without that full synchronization. This is actually when I pause and take a look at my objectives here, and it doesn't... Like you see on the map, that paw print in my snare back there, meaning that I caught an animal in that snare that I placed bait on. There's another thing about this mission. You can't go into the area where there's a lot of deer around, because if you try to plant bait, then a bunch of deer are going to be attracted by it, and they're going to disintegrate your snare. Which you don't want to happen, because that kind of messes up the mission for you. I thought that was the only problem I was having, and I think the problem that I'm having with this one was that I'm just staying too close to the snares, and the game wants me to just run away, because I have gotten this full synchronization in other runs, in practice runs easily, but whenever I've practiced for this Let's Play and have tried to record it, I just can't get it. I can't find a consistent method for getting it either. It's just a really weird mission. Sometimes I even get that objective without even using bait. Like one time I just laid down a snare, caught a rabbit in it, and it said that I got the full synchronization. And I completely missed that fox. Graceful. I am ashamed to say that I have Native American in my blood, and yet I am really bad at hunting. So this is when I decided that I'm just giving up on the bait and snare and just start going for the other objectives. So, like I said, air assassination is easy. Here's another thing that I should explain about skinning animals too. In previous Assassin's Creed games, there was a 3 strikes in your out rule kind of thing for killing civilians. And that still applies in this game, as well as it applies to domesticated animals. If you kill 3 of them, then the game will desync you. The same applies to skinning animals. If you run away from a skinned animal, like outside of a certain boundary, then the game will tell you, warning, Connor skinned every animal he killed. So if you skip 3 animals in one area like that, then the game's just going to desync you. Which is really dumb. And it's also kind of funny. I used to joke about that. I used to say that as a joke. The game literally tells you, warning, Connor killed every freaking animal he killed. I normally would just say that as a joke, but that's really what it says in this game. I try the bait and snare thing one more time, and then I give up. Just to show you what happens when you throw the bait down on a snare when there's a bunch of deer in the area. So, do you want to know what your hunting spoils gets you in this game? Pretty much little to nothing. You can sell your spoils for money, and you can use your spoils to craft like ammo pouches and quivers and stuff. But even hunting is useless because you could just always buy those spoils that you need to create those items in the shop. So it's like there's no point in hunting in this game.
Kana dogu? Oh, naawa ne. Otku.
Agua gets honey, was geht nyagante? Nyawa.
I'm the Jatandi ona. I was here na jage hoti ni kuhrayanda ne. Tinojera ya ezo de tiena.
Nexiato deot.
Oh niot.
Rat dukhawa hageri hunya.